Your cat is standing on your chest at 3 a.m. with a toy mouse in her mouth, making that specific chirping sound that sits somewhere between a meow and a trill. She drops it on your face. You assume she wants to play, or that she's bored, or maybe she's just being weird. In that chaotic way, cats are weird. Both of those assumptions contain truth. Neither explains what's actually happening. What's actually happening involves a neurological feedback loop that exists in almost no other domesticated animal. A hunting sequence that gets interrupted at a specific point every single time your cat is indoors. And a social behavior that researchers didn't fully understand until they started measuring the stress hormones of cats who couldn't complete this exact action. The toy on your face at 3 a.m. is not random. It's the visible endpoint of something your cat neurologically needs to finish. Number 1. The interrupted sequence. In 2019, researchers at the University of Bristol tracked the hunting behavior of 86 domestic cats over 6 months, using GPS collars and accelerometers sensitive enough to distinguish between walking, stalking, pouncing, and carrying. What they found was that 92% of cats who had regular access to prey completed a specific 7-stage sequence: search, stalk, chase, catch, kill, dissect, and consume. But indoor cats completed only the first 4 stages with toys, then stopped. The sequence doesn't end. It suspends. Dr. Sarah Ellis, who led the study, noted that cats showed measurable increases in cortisol when the sequence was interrupted, levels that stayed elevated for an average of 47 minutes after the play session ended. Your cat's brain is wired to finish the hunt. When she catches the toy, her neurological expectation is that 4 more stages should follow. They don't. The toy doesn't bleed, doesn't provide visceral feedback, doesn't offer the chemical reward of taurine that comes from consuming real prey. So the sequence hangs there, incomplete, and your cat's brain continues trying to resolve it. Bringing you the toy is not about play. It's about attempting to move past the stage where everything stopped. Number 2. The provisioning instinct. A 2021 study by researchers at Eötvös Loránd University in Hungary examined what they called prey presentation behavior in 127 cats across different living situations. They found that cats who brought toys or prey to their owners showed a 340% increase in oxytocin, the bonding hormone, specifically during the moment of presentation, not during the hunt itself. This mirrors a behavior seen in feral cat colonies where adult cats bring injured or dead prey to kittens who are learning to hunt. The researchers used behavioral analysis software to code the specific body language cats displayed during these presentations: lowered head, direct eye contact, slowed approach, and vocalization in 73% of cases. These are teaching behaviors. Your cat is not bringing you a gift in the sentimental sense. She is attempting to provision you, a member of her social group who she has observed cannot hunt. From her neurological perspective, you are a spectacularly incompetent predator. You cannot catch anything. You never bring prey home. The fact that you survive at all is baffling. When she drops a toy at your feet or on your bed, she is trying to correct this deficiency. She is doing what adult cats do for juveniles who need help. Number 3. The timing question. Why 3 a.m.? A 2018 study published in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior tracked the circadian activity patterns of 281 indoor cats using motion-activated cameras. Cats showed 2 distinct activity peaks, one between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m., and a second between 8 p.m. and midnight. But toy-carrying behavior specifically clustered between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. in 64% of the cats studied. This timing corresponds to what researchers call the post-digestion hunting window. In feral populations, cats hunt multiple small prey items throughout the night. Each hunt is followed by a period of rest and digestion, lasting 90 to 120 minutes. Then, another hunt. Indoor cats on a feeding schedule experience the same biological rhythm, but with no prey available. Their digestive system processes the evening meal. Their metabolism signals readiness for another hunting cycle. And the drive to hunt activates with no outlet. The toy is the only prey-shaped object available. Your cat is not randomly hyperactive in the middle of the night. She is responding to a metabolic signal that tells her it's time to hunt again. And she is trying to complete the sequence that her biology expects. Number 4. The social reassurance component. There's a second thing happening underneath the provisioning behavior. Researchers at the University of Lincoln conducted a 2020 study examining 149 cats' responses to owner absence and return. Cats who regularly brought objects to their owners showed a specific behavior pattern. They increased object carrying in the 30 minutes immediately after their owner returned home or woke up. The researchers measured this using time-stamped video and found that 81% of cats who brought toys at night did so within the first interaction window after the owner woke up. This is not about the owner being awake to receive the toy. It's about the cat re-establishing social connection after a period of separation. Dr. Daniel Mills, who led the research, noted that cats treated their owner's sleep as a form of temporary absence, similar to the owner leaving the house. The toy presentation functions as a reunion ritual. When your cat brings you a toy at 3 a.m., she is attempting to reconnect with you after what her brain registers as hours of social disconnection. The toy itself is secondary. The behavior is about proximity, about confirming that you are still part of her social structure, about reasserting the bond through an action that carries evolutionary weight. Number 5. What your response actually does. Here's what almost no one realizes. Your response to the toy delivery directly shapes how often and how intensely your cat will repeat the behavior. A 2017 study at the University of Sussex tested different owner responses to toy presentation in 93 cats over 8 weeks. Cats whose owners engaged immediately, either by playing or giving attention, increased toy-bringing behavior by 220%. Cats whose owners ignored the behavior showed a 41% decrease over the same period. But cats whose owners gently redirected, by acknowledging the cat briefly and then settling back to sleep, maintained baseline behavior without escalation. The researchers noted something else. Cats in the redirection group showed lower cortisol levels overall compared to both the engagement and ignoring groups. Your cat is not trying to manipulate you into playing. She is completing a neurological sequence and seeking social confirmation. When you play with her at 3 a.m., you teach her brain that this is the correct time and method to satisfy both needs. When you ignore her completely, you leave the sequence unresolved and the social bid unanswered, which maintains the stress. The middle path, acknowledgement without full engagement, allows her to complete the social component without reinforcing the timing. Number 6. What the toy actually represents. The specific toy your cat chooses matters more than most people realize. In a 2022 study published in Applied Animal Behavior Science, researchers at the University of California, Davis analyzed the toy preferences of 156 cats and correlated them with hunting success rates in cats who had outdoor access. Cats who primarily hunted birds selected toys with feathers or dangling components 78% of the time. Cats who primarily hunted rodents selected soft, fur-covered toys 84% of the time. Cats with no hunting experience showed no clear preference. The toy is not arbitrary. It represents the specific type of prey your cat's brain is wired to pursue. When she brings you that particular mouse or that specific feathered wand toy, she is bringing you the thing her genetics have optimized her to catch. This is why some cats will ignore an entire basket of toys to repeatedly bring you one specific item. That item matches her neurological template for prey. It completes the mental image of what a successful hunt looks like. Understanding this changes what the 3 a.m. delivery means. She is not being random or annoying. She is showing you the apex of her biological programming, the thing her brain recognizes as valuable, the object that satisfies the deepest pattern in her predatory neurology. The next time your cat drops a toy on your face at 3 a.m., here's what's actually happening. Her metabolism has signaled that it's time to hunt. She has completed the first 4 stages of a 7-stage sequence that her brain expects to finish. The toy represents the specific type of prey her genetics have optimized her to pursue. She has brought it to you because you are part of her social group, and she has assessed that you cannot hunt for yourself. She is trying to provision you the way an adult cat provisions juveniles. She is also re-establishing social connection after the period of disconnection she experienced while you were asleep. Her cortisol is elevated because the sequence is incomplete. She needs acknowledgement that the provisioning behavior has been received, but she does not need full engagement that will teach her to repeat this at 3 a.m. indefinitely. The behavior is not about play or boredom or chaos. It is about biology, social structure, and a hunting sequence that domestication interrupted but did not erase. If this changed how you see that moment, or if you've experienced this exact scenario with your cat, leave a comment about what toy she brings you. And subscribe, because there's a lot more about what your cat is actually doing that the science explains better than the assumptions we've been carrying.